Hi guys, I'm back. Oh, gosh, that was more effort than I thought. I had to close off the other one before it would let me do this one. So yeah, it was a little frustrating. Okay, so can you guys hear me? Yep, we're good. How's the buffering? Is it working? Are we any better? Okay. I'm here. I've got movement. And no buffering. No buffering? Oh, still buffering. Oh no! That's terrible. I've also got really bad latency, so there's like a gap between when I speak and when it comes up on the screen too, so it's a little bit of a pain. But yeah, it's on buffering. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to do now. Okay. Must be our internet, I have to say. Wow. Yeah, I dropped down to the next level and it's still doing it. It's a little bit of a pain, hey. Look, hopefully you guys will be able to see the stream later. What a pain, hey. I'm just going to continue on because I really want to finish this one for us today so we can start on something new next week. I've just been quite rough and just going in and filling out those rest of those leaves with the spring green at the moment. So yeah, I've got NBN, so it's weird, and I'm also on like the highest plan that you can get. It's supposed to be the fastest speed, the highest that you can possibly get, but it really does not feel like that. It feels yeah. I think it's got something to do with my modem as well. I think it needs to be replaced. So I'm just going to use my Sienna brown, and I'm just going to go into these little sort of darker, older sections here and just pop a little bit of that in there. And I'm also going to put it in the middle of these little fluffy parts as well, just sort of going over the lines that are in there, creating a little bit of texture. Because there's like little sort of stems or stalks in there, and each one of those has a little bit of fluff on the end of it. Will the tip break? Okay, cool. I'm going to be really careful now. Sometimes I could be doing it even really lightly and it snaps. It's such a pain. There's another little one up here. So far, so good. No, I missed one earlier. Just that one there. Just going to put a little bit of the apple green in there as well. Alright, oh, there's a little tiny one up here, bit sticking out the top there. I think that's all of them. Oh, there's one here that I kind of made up. Okay, happy with that. Now I'm going to use some orange. And I'm just going to use the orange to do some little like textured lines through the little flowers. Let me move in so you can see it. I hate Melbourne weather. Just kind of going to flick it out. That one's kind of bending backwards, but just creating a little bit of texture in there. I missed a fluffy bit there. Let me just add some brown. I was just going to make it kind of negative space and use some white gel pen for those little spots. Kind of awkward, these things, aren't they? And I think Geelong is colder than my side. I've lived on this side, which is the peninsula side of Melbourne all my life. Off screen. Not having any luck today. Okay, now I'm going in with some Sunburst yellow. And I'm just going to continue with that sort of motion, flicking out, creating a little bit of texture through them. Leaving some white space with a lighter colour. Moving round. Speaking of cats, I don't know where Shadow's disappeared to today. She's left me alone. Linda got to meet my cat a couple of weeks ago. She's not very nice, is she? She is funny. And the other day she was actually sitting on the couch behind my eldest, and I was just talking to her and she was hissing at me, so she was just having a bad day. That bad hair day picture I just did describe Shadow perfectly. Alright, I've got some lemon yellow. Yeah, it's funny, she's funny like that. So I'm just doing the same thing, and I'm starting to fill out that white part, but I've left some white in there. Just looks like light reflecting off it by leaving a little bit in there. I do believe that I may have to put some of the skin color in the clothing behind here, because they're kind of see-through, so you'll be able to see that muted color behind there. See if she hisses at you again. Yeah, she actually doesn't like my stepdad, and he was here the other day and she was sitting sort of far away but watching him. It's very funny actually. Just kind of gone through that one there a little bit, because you can sort of see through that. It's not going to look completely, that's fine, be a bit fuzzy. I don't even know if treats would help. She's so fussy. Raw meat, you can bring a pocket full of raw meat, she'll love you. Bring a kangaroo from Geelong. Oh dear. Alright. Now, I'm just going to put a little bit of the clothing back in there. I've got the Caribbean Sea. I'm just going to sort of, I don't know if you can see that there, but I'm just going to come across the back a little bit and create a little bit of colour in there. Just really lightly though. And I'm going to need to put a little bit of skin colour, so let me just grab some light peach will do us, because it'll be a lot lighter behind there. There we go, so you can actually see that behind there. Also too, I can see that you can see her hair in the background there, so I'm just going to fill that in a little bit there. Okay, we only want it really light because we want to go back in there with some white. So I've got my white, and I'm just going to smudge all of that out so that it's really pale, but you still can see through there. Just like that, and the same up here, just softening off that skin colour and the clothes. And there's a little bit of a green section there, so I'm just going to fill that out. So just putting the background colours really lightly behind it so it looks like it's sitting in front. Now I've got to do the hair up here as well. Making it lighter than the actual hair, so that it looks like you're seeing through it. And a little bit of peach there. Stay on screen. Okay, I'll try. I'm not guaranteeing it, you know, like maybe those should be taking bets on that. Okay. So we can sort of see the images behind the fluffy parts now. I'm going to do the same, just using the spring green just behind some of these. It looks like there's a bit of a leaf behind it, so I'm just going to fill those out just so you can see something behind there. And this one maybe here comes down a little bit. And that will do us. Now we're going to use chartreuse. Yeah, that one. Let me just move back out again. Well, now I can't go off screen, can I? I've got chartreuse, and I'm just going to go really lightly into the fluffy sections and just sort of put that in there roughly, because this will be a lot lighter than the actual background, and I want to go in with some white and just cover over that and make them look fuzzy. So just really lightly going in there. Now here is part of the frame, so I'm going to put the frame colour in there. So I'm just roughly laying that down, not flattening the tooth of the paper or anything. I'm just really roughly and quickly laying that down. I did put a little bit of yellow behind this top one here, showing reflecting through. Alright, on screen still. Okay, I'm going to use white to blend out those little sections now. And I'm hoping that will stop the background colour from coming through into it as well. And we'll use some white gel pen to go in and put in some more texture and lines and some spots in there in a moment. Let's get that section done first. Yeah, it's sneezing, that's right, it's got allergies. We used to run around and we had to blow all the fairies off and make wishes. Ah, that's what it is, it's the fairies. Now I'm going to use some Caribbean Sea in this sort of frame section. So I'm just going to fill that in there a little bit, and also a tiny bit of cloud blue in the lighter sections. I'll just do that now so that I can fill that out. I'll put a tiny little bit of black there so you can see the border, and just softening it off with my white. Very fluffy. Okay, where'd my brush go? I'll just zoom in so you can see what I did. I just roughly filled out the background. This is going to be blue, and we're going to do some green and yellow through the gems. So I've just filled out behind there just so that's done. And all I'm going to do is fill out this background now with the chartreuse. and fill that out. I decided not to go with gold because it's got silver. It was a choice between silver or a colour. I decided to go with the colour because there's so much, yeah, I didn't want to put silver in. I think it would look just a little bit too dyeing. But yeah, so that's why I decided not to go with gold. I'm just sort of going over really lightly in the background. I'm going over the top of all those flowers. I want to sort of smudge in the stalks and the leaves. Sorry. Hi, Sammy. I managed to catch a tiny bit of yours, but I didn't get to say anything because it was like really late. And I got to see Melissa the other day too. That was nice. What did I say wrong? So I've already decided that the next colour along won't be Prismacolor. Sorry, peoples. I'll pop up a list of other mediums that I've got. Just filling in all the gaps too. I think we were just trying to discuss what the artist I'm doing next. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I don't know if it's Addie Schaefer. She's actually giving us an image to do. It's spelled ADISCHEFFER, I think. But next week I'm hoping we'll get a new Jade Summer image done from their new book, the light fantasy book that's coming out next week, I think. I managed to get myself an advance copy so I can give you a flip through and we can colour an image. I don't think I do images justice with Prismas. I'm not as fussed on them as I am with some others, so that's why I'm not doing Prismas again. So we'll try and mix it up a little bit, maybe do polys. I'd love to do something else, but I think polys and Prismas are pretty standard and a lot of people have those, so yeah, I'm hi Sharon. I'm the same. I just find that I don't the images just aren't as nice. I can't get as good a, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Almost finished that background and I'm just going to leave it rough looking. I might off camera go back in and maybe do the colourless blender over it just to flatten the tooth off a bit, but I want it to stay nice and light, so Okay. And I'm just gonna, there's a couple of sections in behind him there, I'm just making sure I get them too. Okay, now what have I got left? The border. Let's do the border, and then we can pretty much finish off. I'm going to use some Sunburst yellow and some lemon yellow in the crystals with some of the darker blue. So all I'm going to do is, I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. I'm just going to put in one section of each of the gems. Got picking different sides. I'm just going to do the same with the Sunburst yellow. Across the top maybe. And then I'm just going to use some Indanthrone blue. Put a little bit in the side. Just like that. So we've got a kind of a reflection of the yellows through the blue gem. That look there, and then we'll come back over with a white gel pen and put a couple of little sparkles on there as well. So I've got lemon yellow first, so I'm just going to go around and fill out one section. Try and stay in camera, and I'm doing the lighter colors towards the middle of the image. Just squiggling it on really roughly. Have I stayed on camera? Gems, you can sort of put anything in there. It's the white gel pen over the top that makes it kind of look glimmery and tiny little bit there. Alright, got the Sunburst yellow. I'm going to do the same thing. I've already done that side. Done half of the tops of some of them. We don't want them all to be the same. Keep coming round. Okay, I've got my blue, Indanthrone blue again, just filling out the back of them. Just using really light pressure with the blue, because when I go over it with white it's going to really brighten it up and you'll be able to see that really bright. Because the blue pigment in that Indanthrone blue is really strong. Yeah, are you talking about the pencils now? Yeah, Anthraquinoid Pink. What a name. Who named that? I agree. And the two pencils, it's Indanthrone blue in the Prismacolor, and it's Indanthrone blue in Polychromos, so they're different. It's hard. Like chartreuse and Anthraquinoid. I actually looked it up. And had the internet read it to me a few times. It's a hard one. Alright, I'm going to use white to go over those. And I'm just going to try and miss the black lines as much as I can. I want them quite defined. And just be careful with the white. Have you noticed this here? This side's got lead and I can't seem to get it off the wood off the lead. And I noticed too at the end of the pencil that the side that's sticking, it's not in the pencil correctly, so there's too much wood on this side and it's causing the lead to sort of go down unevenly. It's such a pain. So check the end of your pencils if you're actually picking them out. Yeah. It's weird. Not made well. Anyway, I was just saying, be careful of the white. If you go over the blue and then the lighter colours, it'll make them green, not yellow. Almost done. I can't seem to catch Sammy's, they're so late. How do you stay up, Linda? It's like 2 in the morning here. Okay, I've got white gel pen. I'm gonna go zoom, zoom, zoom. And all I'm gonna do is over the top of the face of the gems, I'm just gonna put 2 diagonal lines, if it would work. 2 diagonal lines across. Can you see that? I'll go closer. Two diagonal lines across the face of the gems. You can put a couple of little dots throughout. And that's all I'm doing. You can't really see it very well, but once I scan it in, you'll be able to see it better. Plenty of caffeine there, Linda. Some lollies. A bit hypo, some sugar. When my pen stops working, I just sort of scribble it on a scrap piece of paper, which happens to be my backing piece. As you can see there, I've got things coming through, but it helps just to get that ink flowing again. Sometimes on wax pencils it does that. It's 10:48 here in the morning. Got beautiful morning sun coming through. So next week it'll be on Friday again. Normal time. It was only on earlier this week because it's my mummy's birthday tomorrow. Okay, gems are done. I think we might use the indigo blue, and I'm just going to go over these little pieces of ribbon and just fill those out. It's nice and pretty. Fridays are better for me because I have all my kids are at school of some sort on Fridays, so it's a lot easier. I can't say so much for my husband, who's been home a lot lately, so but yeah, I can't even get recording done properly on school holidays because they're so noisy. And of course the cat is just as noisy as them, so she has her 2 bobs worth of conversation as well. But yeah, there's no one home on a Friday usually, so that's why I like to do Fridays. Today one's hiding in her room. Hubby's working today, so that's good. But yeah, maybe when uni days change, I might be able to do Thursdays. I'll let her know you all said happy birthday. I might do a trip to the art shop while I'm there tomorrow. I've run out quite a few markers, and I've noticed that a couple of my polys are a bit low. I might need to replace those. It's not as exciting when you've got no money to spend though. It's been fantastic having Patreon and having patrons. It's helped heaps with refills and supplies to continue. I think I would have given up a long time ago if I didn't have that. Alright, I think I'm coming around to the end now. You do, you do. They're supposed to be getting the open stock of Black Widow pencils soon too, and I'll be able to let you know how that looks. And I did hear a rumour that there might be a skin colour set of Black Widows coming out too. Okay, I've got Caribbean Sea, and I'm just going to go into these shadow areas that are already there because it's kind of grayscale this bit. Just laying that down. I think we might actually finish it. Yay! I'm gonna have to go neaten a couple of things up later, but you guys get the idea. The Black Widows, he's agreed to possibly bring them out here in Australia, but not overseas. So it's too expensive to ship individual pencils overseas and things like that. So he's, yeah, possibly, he said he would bring them out, so it'll be good if they do. They kind of remind me of Prismas a little bit. They've got a bit of a softer lead on them too. Oh, I didn't have any crumbly ones either, Teresa. That's no good. I had a couple where the wood was a little bit dodgy, but not the actual pencils. They were fine. So did you, Sammy, did you use your Copics? I actually won a set of Copics. That's how I got into Copics. I won a set of 36 sketch markers. Love them. Almost done. To be honest, my Copic markers last ages. I think the only colours that I've really brought refills or multiple refills for is skin colours. But when I'm using them nearly every day, I think investment wise, they're pretty good. It's just that obviously I don't have a refill for every single colour yet, so that's coming. I've got Cloud Blue, and I'm just going to go into the middle and go over the top of that colour and just smudge it out a little bit. I broke a tip. Who put bets on? Oh, Pan Pastels. I heard about your beautiful gift too. Okay. Cloud Blue doesn't like me. I'm just going to see if I can heat up the lead. It keeps breaking. I haven't got any Pan Pastels. I don't know if I want any. I don't know if I can afford it. Okay. Looking good. Hi, Anne. Don't do it. I've got Carbothello, Stabilo Carbothello chalk pencils, or pastel pencils. I like them. I watched a, do you guys know who Draw with Jazzer is? He's another Australian YouTuber, quite big though. He's an artist. He actually did a Copic marker versus the Wish Copic marker, which were those Touch 5 or Touch New cheap Japanese markers. I was actually disappointed in the video because They're completely different. He's saying how you could use them instead, but they don't have brush tips. They've got like bullet nibs. They're a lot different to use. And you can't get refills for them. I have a full set, and half of them have run out or gone dry, and I can't get refills for them. I'd have to buy a whole new set to get them. I love Jazza. He actually lives in Gippsland, Victoria. South Gippsland, I should say. Yeah, the only thing is the bullet tips aren't very good for beginners. They're hard to use and hard to blend. Brush tips are so much easier to learn. But yeah, the bullet nibs are a lot harder to use. I think Spectrum Nor have bullet tips too, but they have replacement nibs, so you can buy brush nibs for them. With those touch new markers, the Copic marker nibs do fit inside them. But I thought to go buy a packet of nibs to do 3 markers, I'm going to use it and then run out of ink anyway, so I'm wasting a nib in a way, so I decided not to do that and ended up just collecting Copics. Bye, Sammy. Who else is going? Oh, it's Sharon who is going. I'm having trouble with names. I look up and I've got no glasses on, so I can't see the screen. Almost done. Hi, Grace. Princess Grace, is it? I just realised I missed half of the stalk here. I'm just going to finish that off. But almost done. I can feel the finish line. See it? At least my cloud blue is not breaking now. What colour should I do on the very outside? Should I do the same cloud blue or should I go dark? Thanks, Randy. Dark, so maybe the indigo blue, which I've done in the ribbon. Night. Thanks for dropping by. Okay. I thought I was closer to the end than I am. I was getting excited. Oh dear. We've had heaps of trouble and with videos tonight. This is actually our second attempt at live stream. We closed the other one off and came in here. We had loads of buffering and things weren't working well. Okay, so I've done that. Now I'm going to go in with the indigo blue. I think we will do dark. I'm on 720, so I don't know why it's not working well today. I might try resetting my router, my modem later on, see if that has anything to do with it. My daughter said the other day that her phone kept dropping off the Wi-Fi, so it could be my modem. And I completely forgot about resetting it before I started today. So I've got the indigo blue, and I'm just going to go around and do the outside and the inside edge. I'm just doing it light to start with, and then I might just go back over it, neaten it up a little bit. How's that going to look? I'll just zoom out a bit. I think that looks cool. I think dark was the way to go. I know, they came out awesome, didn't they? You know what, my husband's a bit of an artist himself, and I've been at him for ages to start a colouring book. We've done a couple of pages, but anyway, he was the one who suggested doing them like that. Yeah, that was the day we were trying to do this particular pose, and we're having a bit of a giggle because it's almost impossible. Alright, just going a bit darker now. I'm just going to finish it off, so that's worked out really good. I'm glad we got it finished. I'm going to do a flip through, and I'll do a colouring page out of the new Jade Summer book, the light fantasy book. So I'll do that next Friday, and I'm going to use markers for that one. And then the following week we'll start our new colour along. So if you want the image for that one, make sure that you're in the Facebook group, and when the event comes up you'll be able to see how to get the image. I'll be taking the image down for this one today after this video, so it won't be free any longer in the group. If you do want it though, you can get it on their website. All of the links are in the description below. I just actually got this image in their Digistamp club, so it just came out as a Digistamp this week. Most of the images from the colouring book have come out as Digistamps in the Digi Club, so that's been good too. If you don't know what that is, it's just a 12-month membership. It's actually, I think it's like $45 for a year, and you get access to all of the stamps that they bring out through the year. He's done a couple, but nowhere near finished. He's done a few colouring pages that I've coloured. He did a teddy bear, which was pretty cool. an evil teddy bear, I guess. He's got fangs and things. I coloured that. I'm trying not to go out the lines. I'm not having much luck. Alright, just going to go through the fluffy lightly. I think we need to add a little bit more black there. Oh, there's a hair. Evened it up a little bit. Just not going to look the same, is it? Because it's behind that fluffy piece, so keep going. Almost done, not half done. Okay. Thank you, Grace. It was a very cute teddy bear. I've probably got it somewhere on my profile, maybe. He actually designed a little logo for my work team years ago. It was like a monster, and I coloured that in for work. It was really cute too. He's done images for a friend who makes like guitar pedals for electric guitars, and he does images for those, and they etch them onto the guitar pedals. It's quite cool. He's airbrushed a car bonnet, a car tailgate. Yeah, Laura, check out my profile. I've got all my images that I've done are on my profile. It's pretty much all I post on Facebook now. And obviously, if you're looking for tutorials on that Patreon, we've got hundreds of tutorials on there, and also on my channel there's loads. I think I've got over 400 videos now, and I'm coming up to my year anniversary. I've cut the top off my picture, so I'm just going to do a line across the top. Looks like it's printed that way, which is a bit of a bummer. Now what I might do is I might just grab the link to the image will start in 2 weeks, and then you guys can check it out. But next week we'll be doing the Jade Summer one, so to a straight line, that's hard to do. Alright, so that's finished. Now what I might do off camera is I'm just going to fix up that background a little bit. It's a little bit rough, but I'll just go over it with the colourless blender and flatten off the tooth, and I will scan it in and pop a picture up on the group so you can see it. Let me see if I can just quickly grab the link to the next one so you can check out the artist, because I had trouble figuring out how to pronounce her name. Give me 2 secs to find it. Her images are available on Etsy. And I just ordered, actually, speaking of Etsy, I just ordered Momo Girl. And hopefully I get that in a few weeks. I'm just looking for her website there, her page, found it. Okay, so this is the link to her Etsy page. Yeah, make sure you thumbs up on that video. Thanks for that, Loretta. And the image we're actually going to be doing, I will find that and send that to you as well. Maybe not, because I can't see it. I'm pretty sure this is the one, so it's a lily one. There. Yep, Momo Girl's on its way. Hopefully it won't take too long. Oh, I also got a Emmanuel Collin book. The I can't remember the name of it, but I also got that at the same time, so that was good. Yeah, I'm the same. My PDF file's huge, so lost camera there for a sec. But yeah, all done. I really do hope that you like this one. If you have any questions, I know that we had a bit of a stuff up with swapping videos and stuff like that, but if you have any questions, just ask. Come and join the group. Contact me on Instagram or Facebook. Anywhere, I'll be around. And I will see you all next week. So don't forget, next week we'll be back to Friday again, and we'll be doing a quick image. I'll do the image from the Light Fantasy book, which is new by Jade Summer, and I'll do it with markers. No worries, guys. I'll get this one organized to scan up, and I'll pop it in the event, and then yeah. Oh, you know what I was going to do before I go? I was going to do this with the little fluffy parts. I'll come back in again. Just let me zoom. I was just thinking of doing, like, oh, now my pen won't work. Little lines and spots through here, just to create a little bit of texture. How will that look? It's hard to see, but I think that will look good. So I'm going to do that. See, I forgot something. Just going to do little lines out to create that white fluffy effect. So I'm going to do that on mine as well. So I'll finish that off and I'll scan it up so you can see it a little bit better anyway. There's no use hanging around to watch that, but that's probably the only thing I'll do. So guys, thanks again, and I will see you next week. No worries guys, thanks for joining. See you guys.